Hello, brothers and sisters in Christ. Now it's 6:50 p.m. and I'm going to finish up and do part 2. But instead of reading so much, I'm going to kind of scan and give you highlights of it so that any part of it that you would like to look up, I'll give you titles. You could try to find the articles individually. You can write them down and do as you wish with this, all right? This is going on to what degree? I don't know. Half of America, half of the world, a fourth of us? I don't know. We probably wouldn't know because it's so covert. But pretty soon, the Lord Jesus Christ is going to come and take his bride out of here and a restrainer. And then Satan's just going to have his way for a little bit until God takes the rest of the church out of here. And then whoa, whoa, whoa is the bowl judgments and the trumpet judgments. And those are God's judgments against the evil people that refuse to accept him as they should have. And those who change their minds then will get beheaded. And they'll make it to heaven if they'll just refuse the mark of the beast. All right, let me continue. I found the place where I was at in here. And, okay, this is talking about the CIA, how they work on people by saying a phrase over and over. And people, let's see, making that person say that phrase over and over again. You know how people have their little catchphrases, not to mention set piece stories that they repeat verbatim and ad nauseum. Well, there may be some folks like that. Or there are odd speech patterns like calling oneself you or we or by one's full name. Fighting Monarch doesn't like that. That's unusual. I mean, that's weird. All right, here's an article. How to spot mind control through unusual speech patterns. All right, that's underlined. Now, okay, I think I got through that because I remember giving you this patent number, 3,951,137. I'm sorry, 134, if you want to look that up. That's in a diagram of manipulating the human organism. All right. I didn't think I'd gotten this far. Okay. Well, this part is getting a little rated R, what they talk about, so you may want to make sure no children are listening. Hey, you little children, run along now and go do something else, all right? The CIA is always putting things together that shouldn't be mixed, just as they moved Cosell's habitual speech, which they may have created from one context where it was harmless to another. Do y'all remember Howard Cosell? Well, he did sports. Let's see, where it was harmless to another where it was not. They will play one person's speech to another in order to create a false impression. You may have called one of your V2K abusers a effing B word or otherwise insulted her, which they will even encourage. So then they will play the verbal insult again and again to a third party. Saying that you insulted her instead. Oh, that's just weird. Um, it talks about how they'll get into somebody's mind to try to encourage a man to rape an innocent party. The CIA is full of misogynistic perverts, and they are always promoting the most horrific forms of rape. Now, these are all articles here if you care to look any of these up. Pornography, masturbation, and why to avoid it. Well, we all know that's sinning. But anyway, this is another one, how CIA pushes teens to perversion. Wonder Woman, this is the third one, Wonder Woman, mind control, and rape. This next one is called Sarah Palin, super heroines, and rape. Boy, they're just all up into that, aren't they? The last one is an article called The Attack on Lara Logan. It's spelled LARA LOGAN, and it's the and symbol. It's ITS, sexualization under MK-Ultra. Those are all capitals. MK Ultra is always all capitalized with the dash in between the MK and the Ultra. Okay? Now, the U.S. patent on this is 5,356,368. And it's just showing left hemisphere brainwaves, right hemisphere brainwaves. Apparently it's something else they do with the brain. It's disgusting. However you resist or don't resist, the idea is to make you speak along with them, to torture you and to modify your behavior. Okay, then it goes into saying most of your abusers who work for CIA, MI6, Mossad, which is from Israel. Mossad is like the CIA in Israel. The BND, now that one I don't know, or a similar organization. Let's see, I could find it out. Pull this up. I'm not sure if Google, I could say, who are the BND? And we'll see. Oh. Bundes. All right, something about the Antichrist. The Federal Intelligence Service, in parentheses, German Bundesnachrichtendienst. That's a German word. German pronunciation. Oh, brother, that doesn't help any. BND is the Foreign Intelligence Agency of Germany. It's the CIA of Germany. Directly subordinated to the Chancellor's Office. Federal Intelligence Service, Wikipedia. Well, okay, so we've got, let's see, I can exit out of that. Pull that back up. So you've got the CIA, the MI6. Maybe that's Russia. Let me look that one up because I don't know what that is either, and I want to know. Some of you probably do. Who are the MI6? I read about MI5, but this is 6. Uh-oh, did it wrong. MI6. Oh, we'll go with 5 and 6. The MI5/MI6 were the original designations when both organizations came under the War Office, now the MOD. MI stands for Military Intelligence. Oh. Their official names, acquired in the 30s, are the Security Service, MI5, and the SIS, the Secret Intelligence Service, the MI6. Well, isn't that interesting? What's the difference between MI5 and MI6? Boy, see, you could get off into a lot of different stuff in this, couldn't you? All right. So it's all over. It sounds like America, Israel, and Germany, at least, or a similar organization, are poorly educated losers who use extremely foul language and are all, let's check my position here. Okay, that's good. They are all sexual deviants of the worst sort. People subjected to the horrors of the program are forced to hear a torrent of foul language while their interlocutor, handler maybe, tries to force their language to follow his. When things go wrong, you can end up with a person who twitches, ticks, and shouts obscenities that he does not see as coming from himself. A lot of the curses may be him shouting at his tormentors while fights in hypnotic sleep. Although he does not know it, the doctors call it Tourette's syndrome. But something else is going on. Now, here's something that looks like a robot, sort of. It's titled Human Body Resonance Frequencies. Again, I know this is only for some people. If you're not interested, that's fine. But this is very interesting, and who knows how many people are being affected by it. And they're being told they have some medical illness, and they don't. All right. This shows like a drawing of, it looks like a robot, but maybe they're just like illustrating the human person as in squares and cylinders instead of actually drawing out a person. Pointed to the eyeball, it says the eyeball intraocular structures, they use 20 to 90 hertz. The head, the axial mode, which would be like right here, they use 20 to 30 hertz. Then the shoulder girdle, like right here, 4 to 5 hertz. The lower arm, that looks like an elbow to me, 16 to 30 hertz. And then they're pointing to the spinal column. The axial mode is 10 to 12 hertz. And it goes on. I mean, it's talking about each part of the body and how many hertz they would give it. Under here it says, mechanical model of the human body showing resonance frequency ranges of the various body sections. All right, I'm going to move on. Long ago, CIA successfully brainwashed many Americans to dismiss conspiracy theories without a second thought. After they assassinated John F. Kennedy, they put out an internal memorandum countering criticism of the Warren Report. They didn't want the Supreme Court to investigate the assassination to begin with. And they certainly didn't want people thinking for themselves. If you're actually running a conspiracy, of course, you want people to dismiss conspiracy theories. Well, here's an article you could look up. Why Kennedy was killed, comma, why we fought in Vietnam, comma, why we're still in Afghanistan. The one below it, gun rights, comma, false flag attacks, comma, and, using the and symbol, the manipulation of public opinion. And then there's a picture here of JFK giving a speech saying, I will splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces and scatter it into the winds. And they were like, oh no, you're not. They killed that man. So they did stuff to use mind control, probably through TV. All right. But the CIA has also done much to shape both lay people's and psychiatrists' views of insanity, especially to label people with monarch issues as crazy. When I was a boy, you were considered crazy if you talked to yourself. I'm glad they stopped that. Now people are considered crazy if they hear voices. And certainly paranoia is considered a symptom of insanity. The Soviet Union used psychiatric wards excuse me, to suppress dissent. The New World Order does the same, as every targeted individual, or TI, should know. You must never go to a psychologist. Dissidents are committed to mental asylums, after which they cannot own firearms in most states, and they are prescribed powerful antipsychotic drugs. These drugs cost money, so the big pharmaceutical interests and the insurance companies make billions from the misdiagnosis and mistreatment of the survivors of the CIA programs. Now, here's an article that says, doctors who stand against microwave harassment. Now here's a man, it looks like this picture's from about the 50s, maybe the 60s. It says, I don't always scare babies, but when I do, it's for psychology. Who is this man? For psychology. I wonder if that's Dr. Death. Who is Dr. Death? Have you ever heard of him? Let me find out. That's how I remember him. They brought him over here at Operation Paperclip. I think he worked for NASA. Let me see. Who is Dr. Death? Christopher Dunch? No, that's not the same man. A former neurosurgeon who has been nicknamed Dr. D and Dr. Death for gross malpractice resulting in the death of maiming of several patients while working at hospital. No, that's not the one I want. Kevorkian. No, that's the guy who killed people. I mean, assisted suicide. Okay, so they don't have him on here. Yeah. Yeah, they're protecting him. The name will come to me later. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Let me get back to this. He came from Germany. He was one of them that experimented on people that were taken into their concentration camps. Some were Jews. 10 million were Christians and others, dissidents, people that tried to help the Jews or Christians. Yeah, people think only 6 million Jews were killed. I feel sorry for them and I hate it for them, but there were 10 million Christians and others killed as well in those concentration camps. Nobody talks about that. All right, where's my article? Over here. So far, I've concentrated on symptoms that arise from V2K and speech-focused forms of mind control. See, I'm only little over halfway done. And here they show a body and all the many things they can do to it. And I don't even want to read some of them. Forced muscle. I can't. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Bigger. Well, that made it a little bigger, but it took me way up there. Okay, that. All right. Forced movement of jaw and clacking of teeth. Artificial tinnitus, ringing in the ears. Transparent eyelids. Transparent. Microwave hearing. I mean, it goes on and on. There's a whole lot of it all throughout the body, if you can only imagine. All right, so now let's see if I can make this bigger over here because now I've cut off part of my article. All right, here we go. So I'm going to move on down, talking about other ailments that they can give and induce in Project Monarch or misdiagnosed as diseases, and the big pharmaceutical interests and the insurance companies make billions from the suffering of human beings whose lives are destroyed by the New World Order. Parkinson's disease seems due in many cases to Project Monarch or MK Ultra, with its classic symptoms of shaking, rigidity, depression, and dementia. Likewise, dementia and Alzheimer's disease come from the destruction of the mind caused by the satanic trash in the global intelligence community through hypnotic commands. Cancer, especially of the brain, is caused by directed energy weapons, microwave signals. And then it talks about, and the interaction of processed foods combined with the breathing of poisonous chemicals sprayed from airplanes in Project Cloverleaf. That's the name for chemtrails. Look up in the sky. You will see chemtrails from planes, but not all jets. And none of these were present just a few years ago. I started noticing them when I left my husband and moved into Inverness, and that was 9 years ago. I've been here 7 years. I was there 2 years. And one day I was walking my dog. So I'd been there a little while, a few months or so, and then I got a dog, and then I had to get another dog because the beagle didn't work out. So I might have been there a whole year before I noticed them. And I remember one day looking north, south, east, and west, and they were all over, and I was like, what in the world what is that? What, are they going to spell a word or draw a picture or what? I'd never seen them before. Yeah, like 8 years ago. Can anybody else say they saw them before that? All right, and I don't know when this was written. I'll have to look and see if I can tell. So anyway, it's talking about that. Strange allergies, which no one used to have become commonplace. Now, Morgellons. This is something very weird and freaky. So far unexplained, indicate the body's reaction to implants. Okay, now when I did a study on Morgellons, okay, they're talking about restless leg syndrome, dyslexia, but that's been around a long time. All come from obscene experiments on human subjects. And then there's chronic fatigue syndrome, where they just wear you down. See, that's talking about chronic fatigue. That's not chronic fatigue syndrome. That's a viral, chronic fatigue syndrome is a viral illness. But this person probably means chronic fatigue. Let's not forget that the undisclosed purpose of the UN Agenda 21 is to kill 80% of the humans on the planet. So it's all tied in. And not knowing the source, not being able to vet the source, I can't say this person knows 100% for sure what they're talking about. All right? So keep that in mind. But it sure looks like they know a lot. All right, planet sick treated with chemicals. Now here's a picture of a plane putting out chemtrails, 3 jets on each side, and then a body with nanoparticles internalized in cells. And this is called diseases associated to nanoparticle exposure and coming from chemtrails. So we got that. And then there are related emotional problems that naturally arise or are purposely created by the use of this obscene technology on unwitting human subjects. These subhuman trash will work to make you feel sad or repentant for the sins they have caused you to commit. You should feel sad and repentant for the sins you commit, that this is saying they cause you to commit. Other controllers and programmers will try to fill a person with false pride or arrogance, so he has trouble with people. Still others will induce anger, either intentionally or accidentally. And all of these negative emotions depend on a constant stream of judgments, not to mention the suspension of judgment against the criminals who perpetuate these horrific crimes. Don't fall for it. All right. In this regard, you may be interested in my articles on spirituality and morale. Here's the name of an article. Spirituality is very important in our fight. All right. The next one is Jesus's stand against NWO, period. This is all one title. His real message and why they killed him. Well, that's pretty clear. And then standing alone is the word morale. Morale. I may be saying it wrong. Morale, but I think it's morale. But anyway, now here's a great big sign that says spiritual abuse. When scripture on forgiveness is distorted to keep someone from setting healthy boundaries with a toxic person, by Shannon Thomas. That's what my daughters are doing. They have forgiven me, but they're setting their boundaries because I'm toxic. That's what one of them said. This just makes me think this is what's happened to them. In the past, technology was implanted person to person, but increasingly we breathe in nanotech, which is sprayed on us through chemtrails. You need only look up to see it. And this article is called Chemtrails, Smart Dust, and Mind Control. All right, getting toward the end. All right, and it's saying some rely on implants, and implants are still used extensively. A cybernetic implant can be inserted by an insect-like drone, and I have had that done to me. It also can be inserted in person by a CIA degenerate, which has also been done to me. When people aren't harmed in hospitals and military bases, the program depends on burglaries by sexual deviants. All of my friends, my family, and I have been taken from our beds, raped in the most horrific ways, and had implants put in various parts of our bodies. Does this person sound... See, then I want to say this person sounds crazy. But I know for a fact this stuff happens. But this person must have been, if you're a really high up on their list to be targeted person, I can see them using a lot of stuff on you. Others, not so much. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. All right. Here's an article called Fighting Monarch, about me. The agency uses hypnosis, drugs, and electroshock to wipe people's memories, a process described by Cisco Wheeler, Fritz Springmeier, and Svali. Then there's an article called, or a link, Books on Illuminati Mind Control Techniques. Here's another one. Svali, spelled S-V as in Victor, A-L-I, speaks, breaking the chain. The last one, Why We Don't Remember, CIA's use of scopolamine, and that is spelled S-C-O-P-O-L-A-M-I-N-E, scopolamine. They have done it to me many times, and these sick degenerates poisoned my daughter's dog so they could come into my house. When I tried to warn others, they thought I was crazy. That's what the enemy wants. If you're reading this, you need to get a big dog and bolt your door from the inside. And a gun doesn't hurt. I sleep with a chair propped against my bedroom door and a hammer under the bed. It is my sincere desire that they break into my house again so that I can kill one of these cowards face to face. This is sad. I have no doubt this goes on. To what degree per person, I don't know. But this person needs to learn how to forgive. Imagine living like this. Perhaps if this person could learn to forgive, okay, sorry, I was just, something caught my eye. We have something. Return to my homepage where you can scroll through more articles by clicking on the site title at the top of the page. I'm going to click on this and put it in the description box. This is where I'll come from. Now, see if it'll let me copy it. Okay, it's www. All right, let me read it to you in case I can't copy it. www.fightingmonarch.com. Follow my website, which you can easily do for free. That way you can get new articles as they come out. And please retweet or share as many articles as possible. Our enemy depends on our silence. And then she's got a one eye and a triangle underneath saying, wake up. You are not free. And there's some pictures, cybernetics in the minds of men, white zombie, mind control and sexual slavery, MK Ultra, the targeting of Joni Mitchell. I remember that name. Shamanic conversions and Morgellons. Yeah, Morgellons is like spidery looking, creepy living organism. They're very tiny and they come down in these chemtrails and they can get on you and they go into you and cause illness. All right. Published by Fighting Monarch. For over 40 years, I have been a victim of CIA, NSA, MI5, BND, and Illuminati mind control, a targeted individual who fights V2K, Project Monarch, and MK Ultra. I was asleep for 45 years, and I have been awake for 2. I can't imagine. This person says, join the resistance. Don't be a number, be a person. And in green, well, that one's not. View all posts by Fighting Monarch. Okay, so let me see if that website, Fighting Monarch, okay, I'm there. https://fightingmonarch.com. Okay, that's, and I'm at the same, okay, I'm there. Oh, but it's got some different stuff. Oh, over here is that thing I didn't want to read, all that. It's real tiny, though. California targeted by the New World Order. Shirley Temple, pedophilia and the deep state. That was put up July 25th, 2019. Oh, she looks like she's 3 and some old man's kissing on her. Okay, anyway, I'm done. That's it. I've told you all you need to know if you want to look. Oh, it's getting dark, isn't it? Sorry. I'm sitting here in the dark. I will plead the blood of Jesus Christ over this report and over my computer and over everybody who watches this. and your devices as well. This is not something you're going to want known widely, but a lot of people won't believe it, and they know that. They know that. This person sounds crazy, don't they? They do. But when you look into, if you were to look into the articles, the links, if you wanted to take a week, you could check out all the links. But I'm not putting any more time into it. It's very important. It's what they're doing to us. I don't know, I say that, but I may not make any more videos, but I may do some more research. I want to make sure that's not what's wrong with me. All right. With that, I'll say bye for now. Let's all keep looking up. So, we need to know we are in the days of Noah as far as the evil that was going on while Noah was building the ark and trying to tell people what the Lord told him, and it's never rained. It's never rained before. What are people saying to us? What's the rapture? The rapture? What? That's ridiculous. That's never going to happen. I can't wait for somebody to say that's never happened before, and I will tell them, oh yes, it has, twice. Yep, Enoch. In fact, that flyer I put out, I put that in there. Enoch and Elijah were raptured. Yes, I guess I did, and whatever. I'll end it there. Y'all be blessed. I love you all and can't wait to meet you. Have a great big hug fest, okay? All right. Bye for now. I'll talk to you later.